Alright, so it's time for another episode of Sonic Generations. Where was I with that story? Yes, so I was following the woman, and she was in the field hoeing, and everything looked totally normal. And she goes and takes a lunch break, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. You can go take your lunch break. And she keeps working for a couple more hours, and then she walks into the city, in through the front gate. She talks to this guy. Actually, I can't remember his name either, but she talks to somebody. We'll call him Bill. So she talks to Bill, and she's just talking about, you know, the local rumors. And I'm sitting off behind some rocks, so they can't see me, because I'm trying to spy on them and everything. And then she brings up the guy who I'm trying to help. His name was Jeremy, I believe it was. So she brings up Jeremy. She says, you know, Jeremy, he's been acting kind of strangely lately. You think he's having some kind of episode? And now I'm getting a little bit suspicious. So I'm thinking, you know, Jeremy did say that that there was some kind of conspiracy going on. So I was, you know, and the day had been normal until they brought up Jeremy in this conversation. So I said, okay, that's a bit weird. And then anyway, she goes and she acts normal for the rest of the day, and that's all fine. So I meet Jeremy back behind the cathedral or the chapel, I mean, not the cathedral. I'm getting my words confused here. I meet him behind the chapel at midnight that night, and she says, oh, she's spying on me during the day. I said, well, she did mention you, and she talked about you a little bit, but she wasn't spying on you or anything. She didn't seem too suspicious, maybe just a little bit concerned for you, but maybe there was something more there. He says, you know, that's very interesting. I was pretty sure she was in on it, but I suppose I can trust you, can't I? So I've got nothing to worry about, do I? I said, yeah, man. So she's probably not involved in it, in whatever what's going on. He says, okay. Well, I said, so can I have my reward now? He says, no. He said, there's another guy I want you to investigate. And he was a bit green, he said. He was a green guy. Possibly he's a bit sick. He's got some kind of, like his teeth are a bit fang-like, you know. His eye teeth, you know, the sharpest teeth in your mouth. And they were a bit fang-like, he said. So you'll be able to recognize who he is. He's a little bit of he's a weird guy. I said, all right, I'll watch him for the day, see what he's up to. So I find him the next day, and he's just wandering outside the city. You know, he's going out. He's in the city, and he's leaving the city. And it seemed a little bit suspicious what he was doing. It seemed like he knew I was following him. He might have been leading me into some kind of trap. But I follow him anyway. I said, you know, I can handle myself. This guy's going to be no problem if he's got anything going on. So I follow him for a little while, and he's walking through the forest, which is a bit strange. I mean, you don't just walk through the forest on a regular day. You've got to, you know, who even goes into the forest? It's not really safe or anything. So I figure he's got some kind of. I think he knows that I'm following him, and he's got something set up. Somebody's going to ambush me or something. And but I'm keeping my distance to avoid any dangerous situation like that. And so I keep following him, and then suddenly there's this wolf comes right out of nowhere and just attacks him. And so I was like, oh crap, you know, this guy can't. I figure this is what he had set up for me, and the wolf's just, you know, it's not quite a tame wolf, so he's ended up, it's backfired on him, and the wolf's attacked him. So. But I can't just let this guy die to a wolf, like, even though he was trying to mess me up. The wolf wouldn't have managed to kill me. No, you know, I could handle it, no sweat. So from the distance, I'm, you know, trying to help him take out the wolf without him realizing what's going on, and that, you know, because I don't know whether he really knows I'm there or not. It could have been all innocent. Maybe the wolf just, you know, was a wild wolf that attacked him out of nowhere. But it was a bit strange. So I help him defeat the wolf without letting him know I'm even there. And you know, it's basically the end of the day. He wanders on home, And it's a bit strange, but it had nothing to do with my friend Jeremy that I'm helping out. So I go back to Jeremy at behind the chapel that night, and I say, "Nah, man, the green guy. There was nothing suspicious about him, I don't think. So, you know, well, a bit suspicious, but I don't think he was involved in your conspiracy thing that's going on, whatever the heck you're talking about." And he said, "Yeah, you know, it's a bit strange. I was pretty sure the green guy was in on it." And I said, "Well, you know, what can I say? I'm not, you know, I just followed him and he didn't seem too suspicious to me, but so do I get my payment now? I mean, I've helped you out." He said, "Oh, no, hold on. You really seem to be looking for that money, don't you?" He said, I'll get you your money. I just got one more person. One more guy I need you to investigate." He said this guy, his name's William Ian Nicholson Edwards. He said this guy, he's definitely in on it, 100%. He said he's the head of the whole situation here. He says this William fellow, he lives outside the city in this in the fields. You know, he has a little house right beside the fields, and he owns the grape growing farm there. I said, "All right, this would that be the fields that the original woman was in?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "That's why I was pretty sure that they were all connected, but you know, your investigation has shown that she's not." I said, "All right, I'll go investigate William." And oh, I guess we beat the level, S rank. We didn't get S rank on the 2D version, but that's fine. And this little son of a bitch Tails flying around. They have him in the game. You can't play as him. What's the point? Like, he's such an annoying little bastard. And they put him in the game. And you can't play him. Anyway, this little chemical plant here was from Sonic 1 as well. I think it's just the second world, or whatever, a second zone, or something like that. It's like 2-1. But I think with that, we're going to be rounding it off for the episode after we've restored life to the chemical plant and saved the next little person in the game. It's nice to be saving some pink chick.
You saved me, Sonic. I was afraid I'd never be able to flirt with you again.
We might want to stay away from her though. She's a bit of a nut job. But that's okay, you know. We'll just move on. We'll get away from you. Anyway, till next time.